What's more epic than a superhero showdown? A superhero fighting themselves. From the multiverse to time travel, from clones to inner demons, Marvel and DC have given us some of the most jaw-dropping moments where our favorite heroes went toe-to-toe with their own doubles. So let's dive in. 1. The Flash vs. Dark Flash. Ezra Miller's Barry Allen fought. Ezra Miller's Barry Allen. When his younger self became obsessed with trying to save Batman and Supergirl, he twisted into the Dark Flash. The battle ended tragically. Older Barry only wins after realizing the only way forward is letting his darker counterpart die. A brutal end that shows just how dangerous obsession can be. 2. Captain America vs. Captain America. In one of the funniest yet most badass MCU moments, Steve Rogers literally fights his 2012 self. The clash of shields, the evenly matched strength, and of course, the hilarious line, "I can do this all day," to which older Cap sighs, "Yeah, I know." This was time travel at its absolute best. 3. Superman vs. Ultraman. David Corenswet's Superman didn't just battle Lex Luthor. He fought Ultraman, a failed clone version of himself. Controlled by Luthor, Ultraman had raw power but lacked Kal-El's wisdom and compassion. Their final fight wasn't just physical, it was symbolic, Superman proving he's more than just muscle. He's humanity's moral compass. 4. Peacemaker vs. Peacemaker. John Cena's anti-hero faces a twisted mirror, literally. In Season 2's shocking premiere, Peacemaker stumbles into a parallel world where his family is still alive and ends up in a deadly clash with his alternate self. The fight ends with alternate Peacemaker being impaled, making Chris Smith the first hero on this list to accidentally kill himself. 5. Doctor Strange vs. Sinister Strange. This wasn't just magic, it was artistry. The two Stranges battle using spells shaped like musical notes, each attack escalating into a haunting symphony of destruction. It's one of the MCU's most visually creative fights, and it cemented the idea that even Strange's biggest enemy is himself. 6. Spider-Man vs. the Spider-Verse. Miles Morales running from hundreds of Spider variants inside the Spider Society headquarters is pure chaos. Spider-Cat, Spider-Rex, Spider-Punk, all chasing him down. And the twist? Miles ultimately runs straight into his scariest opponent yet, himself, Miles G. Morales. That tease for Beyond the Spider-Verse has fans hyped for an epic showdown. 7. Garfield's Spider-Man vs. Maguire's Spider-Man. Okay, not a full-on brawl, but iconic nonetheless. When Andrew Garfield's Peter meets Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, instinct takes over. They web shoot at each other, jumping and dodging like pros. Maguire wins that quick draw, proving that sometimes experience really does beat youth. 8. Wolverine vs. X-24. One of the most emotional entries. Hugh Jackman's old, weary Wolverine battles X-24, a younger, stronger, merciless clone of himself. The fight is brutal, bloody, and tragic, leading to Logan's death. Seeing Wolverine defeated by his own mirror image was the perfect metaphor for a hero at the end of his journey. 9. The Flash vs. Savitar. The Arrowverse gave us plenty of doppelganger showdowns, but none more impactful than Barry vs. Savitar. Discovering the armored villain was actually a dark future version of himself was shocking. This wasn't just speed versus speed, it was Barry literally fighting the consequences of his own worst impulses. 10. Scarlet Witch vs. Wanda. Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch goes full villain, only to be confronted by Earth 83's Wanda. It's not an even fight. Our Scarlet Witch dominates easily. But the true battle is emotional, facing a version of herself who still has her children. In the end, that glimpse of love forces Wanda to question her own destruction. 11. Deadpool vs. Deadpool. One of the funniest self-fights ever. In the post-credits scene, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool literally time travels to X-Men Origins Wolverine and kills his own awful version. The sewn-shut mouth, the lame powers, all gone in a hail of bullets. Fans cheered because Wade finally avenged himself. 12. Superman vs. Clark Kent. Christopher Reeve gave us the ultimate good versus evil self-battle decades before the multiverse trend. Synthetic kryptonite splits Clark's morality, pitting the evil Superman against his kinder human side. The junkyard fight is weird, gritty, and powerful, until Clark Kent wins, restoring Superman's true self. These fights prove one thing. Sometimes the greatest enemy a superhero can face is themselves. So which self versus self fight was your favorite? Was it Cap vs. Cap in Endgame, Logan vs. X-24, or The Flash vs. Savitar? Drop your pick in the comments and smash that like button right now, and subscribe.